Wow. Hey guys, what's up? So what we got for you today is we've got the Banks transmission oil pan for the L5 Peak, and these things are awesome. I gotta tell you, I'm going to show you a couple things about this thing, but you're going to be blown away just like I am too, because Gail has again gone above and beyond all expectations. He's done his work, he's done his R&D, he's done his development, all of that good stuff. In fact, you can go onto their website and see where they brought in all of the competitors' pans and did comparisons and all that good stuff. So let's dive into this. First of all, we're going to notice that this thing is gorgeous. Again, we've got to show it. All right, so you get a magnetic drain plug, and you get a plug right here for if you're going to run a trans temp sensor. Now let's talk about that, because with the iDash you can also add other sensors on there. One of them is a trans temp sensor, and that right there is where you would tie it in at. So along with the beautiful finish and all of the other cool stuff, you're going to notice you have all of these gorgeous fins on here. They are not just for trapping bugs and rabbit guts and mud. Okay, so let's show you the inside. This is going to make sense to you in just a second. On the inside you have all of these fins right here. And you'll also notice that the drain plug is right in the very bottom. You'll notice that we have a nice smooth finish through here, and that is because these are die cast and not sand cast. That way it's not going to just sit there and hold on to the contaminants and the clutch material and everything else that pollutes your transmission fluid. Not pollutes, contaminates, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Now, let's talk about the fins. These fins right here are in a direct correlation to the fins on the outside. What I mean by that is you got internal fins, you got external fins, and they sit like this. Now that's one of the benefits that you can do with die casting versus sand casting. So what this does for you, the consumer, as fluid is in here, it is warming up these fins. The heat is being conducted through this fin and then directly to the external fin, so that the air can dissipate that heat out into the atmosphere. On a sand cast, you can't effectively get your fins to line up. That's why they have an offset. When heat comes through the internal fin, it has to go through the surface of the pan before it can reach the external fin in order to be able to dissipate the heat. Now with the addition of all of that, you get this beautiful air grabber that mounts onto the front of the pan like this. What it does is pulls air in as you're driving down the road and directs it right across these fins on the outside to help move cooler air across to dissipate even more heat. Now with the kit, you get the pan, you get your temperature sensor plug, so if you're not running the temperature sensor, you get your fluid level check. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. And you get your magnetic drain plug. Plus you also get all of the hardware that you need to mount the pan and the air grabber onto the transmission. So we're going to go ahead and get the factory pan draining, and then we'll get it removed, and I'm going to show you guys just how much fluid is left in that pan. You're going to be surprised, just like I was when I first seen the design too. It's terrible, but stay tuned and we're going to show you some more good stuff about this. All right, so here we are on our backs because we're at the house, we're not at the shop, and we're going to drain this pan. Now you can see that this right here is the lowest part of the pan, right? Why did they put the drain plug up there? Anybody want to answer that for me? Anybody? Anyway, let's get this thing draining. So there we go. Make sure that you have your drain plug or your drain pan. Make sure you got a rag, because you're probably going to make a little bit of a mess. And let's see if I can do this like a pro. And oh, this is going to crack you guys up. Oh my gosh. Let's see. You're gonna like this. That's as fast as it's going to go, because that's how big the hole is.
Wow.
Absolutely terrible. So let's go have some lunch, and when we get back, maybe...
Want Five Guys?
No, I don't want 5 guys. I want 5 girls.
Oh.
They need to come out of the restaurants like 5 horny sluts instead of 5 guys. when I think this is the standpipe for your fluid level check. We're gonna find out when we get the pan off if that's what that is, because we only got maybe a half a quart out of it.
That's crazy.
Which means that they overfilled this thing from the factory by a half a quart. Isn't that fun? So let's go ahead and tighten this one back down, and we're gonna start cracking the rest of these loose and see if we get a lot more fluid out, which we should.
That's 4. 5. 6.
Well, those back ones are gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, oh gosh. 7.
Uh-oh.
And we don't reuse those either.
No, we won't. Okay, so before we start pulling down all of these, let's get that in place.
Eight, 9, 10, 11. You need another hand?
Yeah. There we go.
A little bit's filled out, so.
You gotta be kidding me.
What's that?
Let's go ahead and let off of it.
Okay.
That's all that's gonna come out?
Wow.
Alrighty, so we're wrong. That plug is not a drain plug. It is exactly an oil level check plug, because that's the standpipe on the other end of it. So that means the only way to get the oil out is to unbolt the pan and then let all of that oil drain out. What I'm doing right now is just cleaning up the reusable oil pan gasket in preparation of installing the Banks pan, which does have a drain plug on it. Yay, thank you, Gail.
And it's messy too.
It takes a lot to pull one of these out without ending up with trans fluid all down your driveway. We were able to do it, but you still make a little bit of a mess. Test fit. You do have to take quite a bit of care getting this off. When you're coming down with that pan, you don't want to snag this gasket on nothing and put a bend in it. You don't want to risk anything that's going to compromise the sealing ability of that gasket going back on, because again, it's a reusable gasket, so we're going to reuse it. Now, if you had 100,000 miles on your vehicle, I would highly recommend you put a brand new gasket in there, because this rubber does get brittle and weak. So if you got a high mileage one, put a new gasket under it.
Josh, you recommend a new filter for these?
Yes. Whenever you're this far deep into it, always put a new filter in it. Always.
New filter going in. And it came with like a little plastic piece too.
Yeah, it's your gasket grommet.
Yeah, little gaskets, right? That's the old one right there. And 2 8mm.
Yep. now we're going to wipe down the surface just so no dirt gets stuck up underneath that new gasket, or the reusable gasket. Again, we don't want to compromise that thing in any way. Transmission oil leaks suck. Any oil leaks suck. So just make sure we go all the way around. Get that sealing surface nice and clean. Okay, now I'm gonna go get the Banks pan and we're gonna slide her up in there. Something's got us goofy. Let's
Right
get
here.
this thing out of the way.
So now we're just pumping in the new fluid.
I am definitely going to make me something that makes this process way easier.
Wait, how many
This is
bags
not
is that?
efficient. What?
How many bags is that so far?
Well, since we're only able to pump about 3/4 of a bag, we got 3 in.
Okay.
So we'll have to fill up, you know, pour the excess into empty ones and make sure we get all of this good AMSOIL fluid pumped away. So now we are putting on the air grabber. We've gotten all of the tranny fluid in here that she wants to hold, meaning we are at the correct level. So now we're just putting these little bushings and fasteners in to hold the air grabber. And, yeah, I know this is kind of tight quarters. Probably shouldn't put this thing up on jack stands, but I'm stubborn like that sometimes. Uh-oh.
I got you.
So you got your hole, you'll put your little grommet piece in here, and then you'll put your bolt through it and find the hole. Maybe we should put some hair around it. So we've got the 2 there. We're going to get the other 2 in, tighten them down, and this job will be done. I think we're going to pull it out and spray some degreaser on everything and clean her up. Here we go. Using a little tiny hand pump to pump all of that away, which, by the way, make sure you get 13 quarts of fluid for this, because it took almost every bit of 13. There's just this much left in the 13th quart. I'm going to come up with something different. I've got another pan over here that we're going to be doing here in the near future, and you'll see my revised way of doing it. It's definitely not going to be a for 13 quarts, because that's just stupid. If you're doing it for yourself, you're doing one time every, what, 2 years, depending on how many miles you put on it, then the little stupid hand pump wouldn't be that bad of an idea. But me, who's doing a lot more and a lot more of these, I'm definitely come up with something that's going to fill that thing in record time compared to what we just went through with a little hand pump. But yes, I do recommend it. I recommend all of Banks' products. Not one of them has ever let me down in expectation at all, or performance for that matter. So I'm going to leave it with that. We're going to go ahead and get this stitched together for you guys, so you guys can have the pleasure of looking at my beautiful mug. And thanks again, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.